Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. So if you don't mind, y'all tap the screen up a little bit. Let's get the taps up. Let's get it up to at least 50K, y'all. Come on, let's tap that thing a little bit. Let's tap it up to 50K. Come on, y'all. Thank you so much. Come on, y'all. Let's tap it up to 50K. Come on, y'all. Tap it up a little bit. Let's go. Let's go. Don't quit is what I come to talk about tonight. That's it. Come on, y'all. Come on. As y'all appreciate y'all. Tap that screen, y'all. Let's tap it a little bit. I'm getting ready to get this thing started. Don't quit. Oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna talk about tonight. Don't quit. Talisha, what's up? Don't quit. What? Well, you getting ready to find out, Miss Talisha. Don't quit. This is a word of encouragement. I come on this Tuesday night to encourage your hearts. Thank you, Roya. I'll come to encourage you, man. Come on. Good evening, everybody. I'm going to get this thing started. Tap that lane. Let's tap it up to 50K, everybody. Come on. Y'all good at it. Come on. Come on. Where my TikTok tappers at? Well, you all right. Come on. Tap, 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 tap. Thank you, Talisha. Appreciate it. Who's going to start the little call for me? The little gift go, doing car. It's a car. I don't know. It's a car. Let's see, going to see one of those cars come across there. Don't ever quit the life. Continue. Never quit. Bob Bertha, that's right. Come on, y'all. Where my tappers at? Where my tappers at? Where my tappers? Come on, y'all. Let's go. Where did it lie? Let's go, y'all. Let's tap. Ta-da-da, tap, tap, ta-da-da, tap, tap. Getting ready to get this shit thing started, y'all. Come on. Come on, tap the screen for me. On this Tuesday night. Don't quit. That's what I come to talk about. Don't quit. Doing it for love up out of here. Doing for love. Come on. Tap, 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 to tap, to tap, tap. Thank you, butterfly. If you haven't gotten your daily heart meat, make sure you get that, y'all. Come on. Y'all know how I go over here on the TikTok side of things. Come on, y'all. Gonna get this thing going in a second. Tap, 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 tap. Share the live too down there, y'all. Hit the little arrow, share the live. Thank you, Mel's June. Let's go, y'all. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, Betty. Thank you for the heart meat, Miss Betty. Come on. I need to get this thing up to at least 50K, y'all. Let's go. Might as well play the tap song again. I might as well play the tap song. Since we're trying to get there, let's get that in. Come on, let's get there. Since we want to get there, let's get there. Come on, y'all, tap the screen before I get started tonight. Gonna talk about don't quit. Don't quit. Let's go. Come on. Come on, y'all. Tap the screen. Come on, y'all. Tap, 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 tap. Let's go. Tap. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. Come on. Come on. Come on, y'all. We'll be at 50K in just a second. Come on. We can do it. Everybody tap that screen. We'll be there in a minute. Come on, y'all. Everybody tap. Come on, everybody tap it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Everybody tap. One, two, three. Tap. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. Come on, y'all doing good. Y'all almost got it. Come on now. We're almost there. Come on. We're almost there. Come on. Almost, almost. Thank y'all for tapping that screen. Come on, y'all. Tap it up now. Tap it up now. Y'all almost there. Come on, almost. We're almost there. We're almost. Everybody tap. We'll be there in just a second. Everybody do it. There it is. There it is. There it is. Yeah. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. Thank you, Bob Bertha. Thank you, Cho. Y'all did the thing. Thank y'all so much, man. Thank y'all for doing it. Y'all did it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, I'm getting ready to talk about what you'll see on that screen there. Don't quit. A little word of encouragement, never hurt nothing. Don't quit. This is for everybody that's on here, everybody who's listening, everybody who gonna give me their ear. Don't quit. All right, Miss Males June, I see you over there. Thank y'all. Thank you for the heart me, Miss Johnny. Thank y'all. Don't quit. Life can be life sometimes, right? Thank you, Sugar. Thank you, Crystal. All of y'all. Life can life. Life can have its moments. I mean, it really can. Life can just life. It can really have its moments. I appreciate that, Mills Jones. It can really have its moments. Thank you. It can have its ups, and Lord knows it can have its downs. It can have its joys. It can also have its pains. It can have its goods. It can have the good, man, and it can have the bad. It was never promised that every day was going to be a sunny day. But sometimes the rain do fall. Sometimes the storm rages. And sometimes there is just difficulty where your back can be up against the wall to the point where you don't know what to do. I don't know how many of you on here has ever been in a position in life where you just don't know what to do. Don't know what to do. Anybody ever been there? Yeah. Well, what I can say, if anybody who's going through that, you got to trust God. Sometimes you don't have nobody who can help you. Sometimes you don't have anybody you can call. And you'll go through a situation where it's just you and God. And if God don't do it, then it won't get done. But one thing about God that I've learned over the years on a personal basis, and it is this: He's faithful. God is faithful. If He ever tell you He will do something for you, you can rest assured that that thing that God said to be that He will do it. Heaven works on appointments. I'm going to say that again. Before I get deep into what I want to talk about, I just want you to know heaven work on appointments. Well, you may say, well, Tony, what do you mean heaven work on appointments? Well, He works on an appointed time. Heaven works on appointments. His timing is not your timing. His ways is not your ways. But the moment that you said, that you asked God for something in faith, God says, yes. Day one, He said, I heard you. And He scheduled in the day that He's going to answer your prayer. Heaven work on appointments. And when your appointed time comes, can nothing stop it from happening. Nothing. So when it seems like God is not listening to you, when you feel like heaven ears are closed to you, it's not. God heard your prayer, and He answered your prayer, and He put you on His schedule. He penciled in a day that your prayer will be answered. So I'm going to give you the good news for you to be happy right now in what I just said. At least He put you on the schedule. You may not get it today, but my God, you're going to get it one day because He put you on the schedule. Heaven works on appointments. And there is an appointed time for God to do it for you, so stay encouraged. Thank you. Stay excited, because the appointment has already been set. The appointment has already been set. It's about God's timing. It's about God's timing. So what do we do until the time? Keep the faith. Keep the faith. See, the Bible puts it this way: let us hold fast our confession of faith that we had from the beginning. So we keep the faith. We can't let our faith just diminish. Nah. We still hold on. We still believe until God do it. Because he already put you on the schedule. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy is coming at the appointed time. Your appointment is coming up. Your appointment is coming up. So, life has a way of testing you. Testing all of us. And sometimes the test is not your talent. It's not your intelligence. And even your faith. Sometimes the test is your endurance. Can you hold on? Can you wait just a little while longer? David said, I almost fainted unless I believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. What did he say? I got to hold on just a little while longer. I can't faint. Sometimes your test is your endurance. Because you could be one more prayer away from what you literally been asking. You could be one more day of holding on to faith. Just one more day. One more day of effort. Your blessing can be closer than your frustration. You got to hold on. You got to hold on. Many people think the hardest part of life is starting. Thank you. Many people think the hardest part of life is starting. But often the hardest part is continuing when nothing seemed to be changing. Continuing holding on and continuing believing when nothing seemed like it's happening and again changing for you for the better. But I just come to let you know today, I'm here on this live to let you know, hold on just a little while longer. Because your land flowing with milk and honey is closer than you think. See, there's seasons in life when you pray, but you still hurt. Anybody ever been there? Anybody ever been there? There's seasons in life where you pray and still hurt. You believe and still struggle. You work hard and still feel unseen. You give your best and still overlooked. You smile in public, but you cry in private. Anybody ever been there? You encourage everybody else while silently wondering who will encourage me. Anybody ever been there? But here is a truth that we all need to understand. Just because something has not happened yet does not mean nothing is happening. Let me say that again. Just because nothing is happening, just because nothing has happened yet, it does not mean nothing is happening. Sometimes, y'all, because it seems like nothing has happened, you feel like nothing is happening. But oh, rest assured, something is happening that your eyes don't even see. When Israel was in bondage in Egypt for all of those years, never knowing, it seemed like they would never get out of slavery under the Egyptians, from the Egyptians. And while they were going through feeling like all hope was gone, feeling like nothing will ever happen, a man saw a bush burning in the mountain on fire, but the bush was not consumed. And God spoke and said, "Take off your shoes, for the ground you're standing on is holy ground. For I've surely heard the affliction of my people, and I am come down to deliver them." While they were going through and it was feeling like nothing was going to happen, boy, something was happening. And there God was talking to Moses, setting up their victory while they were feeling hopeless and defeated. Here's God setting up their breakthrough while they were feeling exhausted and feel like giving up. And God is strategizing their deliverance. So when it feels like nothing hasn't happened, something is happening. In other words, God is already at work on your behalf. A seed underground looks invisible, but invisible doesn't mean inactive. Before growth becomes visible, something is taking place beneath the surface. Before you see the flower bloom, it was already moving underground before you visibly saw it. When it looked like something is not happening, my God, it's really happening. You may feel like your life is buried because maybe you're planted. And anything that's planted is going to spring up stronger, grander, better. That's why some people get to their lowest point just to spring up into your greatest. Jesus he was at his lowest point before they looked up in the tomb and said he wasn't here and got up and he sprung up into his greatest form. But first he had to go through his lowest. God in all his infinite wisdom and power will allow you to go through your lowest point in life because he want to jet propel you into your highest. There's no airplane that starts off flying. They start at their lowest point before they can reach its highest. No planes start off at 50,000 feet. They get there from their lowest position. You're at your lowest position for a reason. Because you're about to get to your highest position that you've ever went to in your life. But it's in your lowest position that prepares you for the highest place you'll go. It's in your lowest position where you learn how to trust God. It's in your lowest position where you become humble. It's in your lowest position when you become appreciative. It's in your lowest position when you really learn how to pray. It's in your lowest position when you really put faith to work. Your lowest position, get your skin tough. That's where God prepares you for your heights. So for those of you who feel you're at your lowest, you need to be happy tonight. Because God is strategic. He have you low just to take you high. That's why the Bible says, despise not small beginnings. Great things come in little packages. You haven't seen all what God is about to do. Eyes haven't even seen and ears haven't even heard. Neither have it entered into the hearts of men the things that God has prepared for those who love him. See, the Bible says, you shall mount up with wings like eagles. You're going to mount up with wings like eagles. In order to mount up, you first got to be low. There's no mounting up if you're not in a low position. So do the Bible say that? Absolutely, it says it. How else you going to mount up if you're not first low? Many people quit because they mistake delay as denial. They mistake delay as unanswered prayer. So sadly to report, many people have given up. Many people have quit because they misunderstood their moment and their season that they were in. And it seemed like God has passed them by. It seemed like time has passed them by. It seemed like their best days were behind them. It seemed like. Thank you. And so many people have given up because of what it seemed like, but not understanding God was still at work in their lives. See, your enemy wants you to quit. That your enemy wants you to quit. Because your enemy know if you fight, you're going to see a better day. Your enemy wants you to quit because your enemy know if you fight, you're going to see the blessing of the Lord. Your enemy wants you to quit because if you continue to fight, your weeping is going to turn into gladness and joy. Thank you, brown sugar. Your enemy wants you to quit because if he know if you don't quit, you're going to look back over and say, God, it was good for me that I've been through all of that, what I've been through. Thank you. He wants you to quit before your trial become your testimony. Thank you, squirrel. He wants you to quit before God turn this thing around and you start encouraging other people to hold on. You start spreading that word of hold on. Wait on the Lord and be of good courage, and he's going to strengthen your heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. Your enemy wants you to quit. Because if you quit, you forfeit your blessing. You forfeit your happy day. You forfeit experiencing the manifestation of what you've been praying for come to pass in your life. Your enemy wants you to quit. So tonight I say, don't quit. Don't you dare throw in the towel. I don't care how much you feel like it. Don't do it. You can feel like it all day long, but Lord, don't do it. There's nothing wrong with feel liking it. That's natural. You can feel like quitting, just don't quit. You can feel like giving up, just don't give up. Jesus felt like giving up. Lord, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. He felt like it, but he didn't. So it don't matter about you feel like doing it. Just don't do it. Don't let the almost become your reality. Hold on. Just a little while longer. Just because it has not happened when you wanted it to does not mean it will never happen. Thank you, Renee. Just because it has not happened when you wanted it does not mean it's not going to happen. See, your time and God time is different. It's not about when you want him to. It is about when he say it's time to. So I want to encourage you to let you know how the God that you serve work, how he operate, how he function, how his character is. The day that you asked God for it, he heard you. And he set an appointed time when he was going to do it. He heard you today, but he set a time for 6 months later. He heard you today, but he set a time for 36 months later. And so Mary and Martha sent their servant up to find Jesus because their brother Lazarus was about to die. The man found Jesus and said, Lord, the one that thou lovest is sick. Come and heal him. Jesus said, I'm coming. He heard him that day and said yes. But he's scheduled to go 4 days later. See, he heard him today. He said yes today. But he set the time for 4 days later. This is how your God operates. So for those of you who think God is not, he's forgotten about you, he's given up, or heaven isn't listening to you, it seems like your prayers are not being answered, he answered your prayer the day you prayed. He said yes the day you asked. But he set a day on when he was going to do it. Samuel came to the house of Jesse and said, God told me to tell you, among your sons, he have selected a king, and I got to anoint him king of Israel. Well, he did it when David was 17 years old. He anointed him king when he was 17. But God set the date for him to actually take the kingdom when he turned 30. 13 years later. He showed up when he was 17 and anointed him king of Israel. But he set the date for 13 years later. But here's what's so beautiful about it. Whenever God set the date, whenever God set the time, can nothing stop it from happening. And 13 years later, Israel was in war. And Saul the king, sons were Kill. And Saul was wounded himself with a spear. And Saul looked at his servant and said, take my sword and thrust it through me, so that these men don't come and abuse me. But he wouldn't do it. So Saul took his own sword and fell on it. And he died. And when Saul died, the people went straight to David. Because on that particular day, 13 years prior, God said he'll be king this day right here. And they went to him and anointed David king. Nothing on earth can stop it. You will feel like God has totally forsaken what he told you. You can feel like your prayers will never be answered. Think about it. The boy was 17, 13 years. That boy went through hell and high water with Saul. It never seemed like this thing was going to ever come to pass. But it did come to pass. And it came to pass exactly when God wanted it to. I want everybody on here that's listening to me right now, I want you to know something. God have circled a date with your name on it. I can't give you the date. Neither can I give you the time. But looking at his character and his history, I can tell you with truth, he has done the same thing. Well, Tony, how do you know that? Because the Bible says he's immutable, which means he changes not. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. So just like he circled a day to make David king, just like he circled a day when Abraham was actually going to have the son, he circled the day for you. He's been doing it forever, and he has never changed. Thank you. How come you think Jesus couldn't do nothing until he turned 30 years of age? Here's Jesus, 28-year-old grown man, but he couldn't do nothing. He couldn't flow in the ministry. Why? Because God set a date for him to do it when he turned 30. And he was only going to do it for 3 years. 29, nope. God set a date for him to function and flow in ministry at the age 30. God set a date. And God is still setting dates right now. Heaven work on appointments. So I want everybody to know today there's a date in heaven that has your name on it. And when the time comes, the appointed time that God set for him to do whatever you request of him, it will come to pass. It will be fulfilled. It will be done. Sometimes life is working on you before it works for you. I'm going to say that again. Sometimes life is working on you before it works for you. That's why you will say, Lord, life be lifing. You see what I mean? Life be lifing. Oh my God. Life sometimes is just hard. That's why we say things like that, because sometimes life is working on you before it works for you. Thank you. See, you ask for strength, but strength is built through pressure. You ask for faith. Faith is built through trials. You don't ask God for faith and strength, and then all of a sudden there's a whoop, 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 and you got all the strength and the faith. No, no. Oh, no. That's why the Bible said, think it not strange concerning the fire of a trial, as though some strange thing has happened unto you. But inasmuch rejoice, for the glory of God rests upon you. You want strength? God will give you pressure. Because the more pressure is applied, the stronger you get. Don't you know it takes strength to hold on? But you ain't realizing the more you hold on, the stronger you becoming. You don't even see it. But the more you hold on, the stronger you becoming. I hope I'm making sense. God just want to develop. He's always in the business, and he will take an opportunity to do what? to make you better. God will take his opportunity to make you better. Waiting is not a punishment. Waiting on God teaches us how to trust God. Waiting is not a punishment. But waiting on God teaches us how to trust God. Always remember, a building under construction always looks messy before it becomes beautiful. Any beautiful home that you can ride by and pass by and see and be like, oh, in awe of that beauty. Oh, that's a magnificent home. Oh, you should have saw it when it was under construction. It was no beauty in sight. It was real messy. You always look messy before you look beautiful. Oh, there's some beauty coming. You need to touch your own self right now and tell yourself, you know what? There's some beauty coming. I'm sure enough under beautification. Because my life seems so messy right now. I'm under construction. Oh, God is building a masterpiece. Things seem so out of place, so out of whack. But watch you afterwards. Watch afterwards. But when he's done with you, oh boy, but when he's done with you. So I want y'all to know tonight, you've survived more than you realize. Well, somebody write that in the chat for me real quick. Put in there, I survived more than I realized. Put that in the chat for me. I survived more than I realized, because you definitely have. You survived more than you realize. You survived more than you realized. Because I just want you to think about it for a moment. Thank you. You survived heartbreak. You survived disappointment. You survived abuse. You survived loneliness. You survived betrayal. You survived losing everything you had. You survived family dysfunction. You survived that stuff that you won't even talk about with nobody. But you survived. You survived nights when your mind was heavy and mornings when you had to smile through pain. You survived. There were days in your life that you thought would break you. And some of you even contemplated giving it all up for real. But you survived it. You survived unaliving yourself. You went through such hell that unaliving self seemed like the best idea. Yet, here you are. still breathing, still standing, still trying, still hoping, still fighting. Don't you tell me you haven't survived. You survived more than you thought you did. You are a certified, bona fide, official survivor. You went through some things in your life that other people didn't make it through in similar situations. And I know you came out and you survived it, but nobody applauded and cheered you on. Because nobody know your story. That's why you don't be so critical of people, because you don't know a person's story. You don't know what that woman went through. You don't know what that man had to go through just to be in a place of mental peace. You don't know the sleepless nights, the torture, the mental torture that they were dealing with. You don't know. How their bodies was breaking down physically over what they were dealing with mentally. You don't know. I want you to know you survived. Some people only see how far they still need to go. But wisdom says, look how far you've already come. So if you feel like crying right now, let the tears flow. Thank you, Renee. That's just confirmation of you know you survive, and you know better days coming, and you know God still got your back, and you know you came up on this live today to hear what I had to say because God wanted to say something to you. So if you're crying, cry. Let it out. Again, I say some people only see how far they still need to go. But I don't want you to sit here tonight and be looking at how far you still need to go. I want you to look at how far you already come. Look at how far you've come. You was a mess. You were in a bad, bad spot. Look at how far you've come. The version of you from 5 years ago will be amazed at the strength you carry today. Oh my Lord, let me say that again. The version of you 5 years ago will be amazed at the strength you carry today. Good God in the morning. Somebody will say to themselves, even right now tonight, I didn't even believe I'll be here today. I would be here today. The version of yourself 5 years ago will be in awe of the woman you are today, the man you are today. You may not feel strong because strength becomes normal when you have carried pain for a long time. But survival is evidence of your strength. You did not break. You did not bend. You cried. You stumbled. But you're still here. You felt like quitting, but you're still here. You felt like giving up, but you didn't. It took everything for you to stand, but you stood. Do you know what still here means? Do you know what still here means? It means your story is not over. Oh boy, there's so much more coming. There's so much more coming. Your struggle is building something inside you. Your struggle is building something inside you. Hard time exposes weakness, but it also builds resilience. Hard time exposes weakness, but at the same time, it builds resilience. How come you think you're so resilient today? Other people look at you that know your story and say, I don't know how you made it. If I was you, if I was in that, I don't know what I would have done. Because you're resilient. Gold goes through fire. Gold goes through fire. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Muscles grow by resistance. And people become stronger through adversity. So if the devil had any sense, he wouldn't fight you. Because he don't realize fighting you just make you stronger. Trying to stop you just make you that much doggone stronger. If the devil had any sense, he would leave you alone. So the difficult season may be teaching you patience. Your difficult season may be teaching you discernment. It may be teaching you emotional strength. It may be teaching you who truly belongs in your life and who doesn't. Pain has a strange way of educating people. Oh, pain has a strange way of educating people. When you up, your friends know who you are. When you're down, you know who your friends are. Pain has a strange way of educating people. That's why you can't get so caught up in people, because people will bring a flower to your funeral, but they won't bring you soup when you're sick. See, what comfort could not teach you, struggle and pain sometimes teaches you real quick. Your setback is just training. Your silent season is actually preparation. That's all. Your lonely season is actually protection. Thank you. Because not everybody can go where you are going. And everybody don't need access to this version of who you are. You've been refined. You're being refined by God. And everybody don't need access and can't have access to this new you. So stop measuring progress by your feelings. Stop measuring progress by your feelings. Some days you feel powerful. Some days you'll feel tired. Some mornings motivation shows up. And some mornings discipline must carry you through. Stop measuring progress by your feelings. Because growth is not always loud. And growth is not always visible. You're growing into someone new and greater and better, but you don't even feel like it. Isn't it amazing? You can be growing and feel smaller. That's why you can't measure it by your feelings. So growth is not always loud. But see, sometimes growth looks like getting out of the bed when it feels heavy. When you feel heavy, when life feels heavy. See, sometimes growth looks like trying again after disappointment. Sometimes growth looks like choosing healing instead of bitterness. Sometimes growth looks like refusing to become hard after heartbreak. Sometimes growth looks like showing up when nobody is applauding you. And you seem invisible. So do not confuse slow progress with no progress. I'm going to say that again. Do not confuse slow progress with no progress. You're progressing just slowly, but you're progressing. Don't you know progression means movement? So don't confuse slow progress with no progress, because you are progressing. The tree does not stop growing because you cannot see the roots. And your life is growing in ways you may not recognize yet. Yet. Your life is growing in ways you can't even recognize yet. Because it's not time for you to. You were never meant to stay here in that place of misery. You was never meant to stay there. This chapter is not your identity. Pain is a season, not a permanent address. If I'm talking all right so far, let me see one of them cars, y'all. Y'all know how TikTok works. Thank you, Lily. Pain is a season, not a permanent address. You better get that in your whole, you better attach that to your whole soul. Pain is a season, not a permanent address. What does that mean, Tony? The pain shall cease. The trouble shall come to an end. It's a season. It's not permanent. Disappointment is an event, not your destiny. Loss is real, but loss is not the end. Just because you lost it, don't mean you're not going to get it back. Because the God that you serve said, I will restore unto you the years that the cankerworm, the caterpillar, the locust have eaten. In other words, I'll restore unto you what you lost. And all that you lost shall be returned, but better. Because the scripture also says, now unto him that is able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all you can ask or even think. Thank you for the call. Is it Diane? Thank you, Diane. So loss is real, but loss is not the end. There is more in you. Would somebody write that in the chat for me? Put that. There's more in me. There's more in me. There's more in me. Thank you. More wisdom. More power. More resilience, more purpose, more greatness, more joy, more peace, more happiness. There's more in me. There's more in you. The person that you are becoming is stronger than the person who started this journey. The person you are becoming is stronger than the person who started this journey. I got to let you know who you are. You got to recognize just how far you came. Just how much God's grace and glory is already over your life. Because the devil wants us to get blinded by where we are not till we can't see where we are. Look at where you are. Look at how far you've come. And look at what it took for you to get there. That's why the old folk will say, I've come too far to give up now. If you was going to get me, you should have got me a long time ago. But I've come too far to give up now. Look at how far I've come. You've came. Hear me good. One day, one day, what almost broke you will become the story that built you. One day, what almost broke you will become the story that built you. One day, all the tears will make sense. One day, the closed doors will make sense. One day, all the waiting you've done will make sense. And one day, you will truly realize you are not being ignored. You were being prepared. One day. That's why the old hymn writer wrote a song, Father alone, he knows all about it. Father alone will understand why. Cheer up, my brother, live in the sunshine. You'll understand it all by and by. One day, you're going to realize why you had to cry so much. One day, it's going to all make sense. One day, you will understand it all by and by. Some things you can't see right now because it's not for you to see. But one day, it's going to make sense. Now that same man David that was crying out to God, Lord, how long you going to hide your face from me forever? All the crying out to God, his life was in such shambles. Years later, he wrote and said, it was good for me that I've been through what I've been through. And then it says, and the day came when the Lord delivered me from all of my enemies and saw. He set me in my high places, and he made my feet like hinds' feet. And the day came. Listen to me real good, y'all. Your day is coming. And you gonna say, and the day came. You gonna have your own personal, and the day came testimony. And the day came when God did it. When God turned it around. When God opened the door. The sun shining bright. And the day came. Now hear this deep in your spirit. Thank y'all so much. Hear this deep in your spirit. You've cried enough to quit. You've doubted enough to quit. You've struggled enough to quit. You've waited enough to quit. But somehow, you are still here. And you didn't quit. Even though you've been through enough to do it. However, you didn't do it. You're still here. And if you are still here, that means there's still purpose. If you woke up this morning, there's still an assignment. Breath still in your body, there's still the possibility. And the possibilities are endless. So do not let how can I put this? Do not let one painful chapter convince you that the entire book is bad. I hope that made sense. Do not let one painful chapter of your life convince you the entire book is bad, because it's not. That's just a chapter. That's just a chapter. Do not let temporary disappointment become permanent thinking. Don't do it. Do not allow fear to speak louder than your purpose. Because as we stated before, you have not come this far just to stop. You have not come this far just to stop. You have not survived all that you survived just to surrender now. Not happening. No. You are stronger than your pressure. Would you write that in the chat, somebody, for me? You are stronger than your pressure. You are greater than the setback. You are bigger than the pain. You are wiser than the mistake. And you're more powerful than the fear. And sometimes the greatest breakthrough comes right after the greatest pressure. Sometimes the greatest breakthrough comes right after the greatest pressure. People quit in the people quit in the hallway because they cannot they cannot see the door. Some people quit in the hallway because they cannot see the door. But the door may be closer than you think. You're closer than you think. To what, Tony? To your best life ever. You're closer than you think to your joy unspeakable. You're closer than you think. So stand up again. Fight again. Believe again. Dream again. Trust again. Pray again. Build again. Love again. Hope again. Have faith again. Because this is not the end. The pain did not defeat you. The delay did not destroy you. The betrayal did not define you. The failure did not finish you. And the rejection did not cancel you. You are still standing. You're still breathing. You're still becoming. You're still growing. You're still rising. Because you are closer, ladies and gentlemen, closer than you think. Closer to healing, closer to peace, closer to breakthrough, closer to joy, closer to purpose, closer to light, to the life you cried for, closer to marriage, closer to the door opening in your life, closer to happiness. Because he that begun a good work in you shall complete it until the day of Jesus Christ. He that has begun a good work in you shall complete it. And so Jude said in the book of Jude, now unto him that is able to keep you from falling and present you faultless before the presence of his glory with exceedingly joy. To our only wise God, Savior and Majesty, dominion and power, now and forever. Amen. Be encouraged. Be blessed. God got you. Don't quit. You've come too far to turn around now. Continue to move forward. The door's coming open. The door's coming open. May God bless you. That's all I got. I'm not going to bring nobody up tonight. I just come to encourage you. That's it. And I pray, well, there's something in that I said. Encourage your heart. May God bless you. Thank y'all over here on YouTube and everybody over here on TikTok for listening to me. I appreciate it. May God bless you. Have an amazing night. Until we do this thing again, y'all. One love. You can actually go to YouTube and listen to this again. It'll be posted on my YouTube page. So you can go over to my YouTube page, y'all, and you can listen to this again. All right? Well, may God bless you. Take care. One love. Peace. God bless you. Good night, y'all.